Hey guys, what's up? It's once again mp4podcast.com, and I'm putting together a video to help you guys get into YouTube. Maybe you don't have a camcorder, maybe you do have one that's not that good. I'm going to give you guys a lot of recommendations. Now, for you guys who have been watching my videos, I primarily use a Sanyo camcorder. Right here, this is the model I use, VPC FH1A, and the only difference is, if you go to eBay, you can sometimes get this camcorder for around $150, which is a pretty damn good deal. So if you watch my previous videos, 99% of the videos are filmed with this camcorder. Now, there is an older model right here that doesn't have the A. The only difference between this model and this model is that this one has iframe, and iframe is a file format that's real, like iMovie just likes it. It's not hard to edit with. Sometimes certain programs have a certain problem with certain MP4 files or MOV files, and they're a little choppy when you're trying to cut exactly where you want to cut. So if you can find the A model, that's a good one to get. Here is the I also have this camera right here. This is a Sanyo Exacti 2000A, also VPC HD 2000A. So this one right here has a plastic tripod hole. So if you do put it on a tripod, just gently give it a slight tightness, very light. You don't want to really pull down on it too much. This one right here does have, the one with the pistol grip, does have a metal tripod hole. All right, so maybe you don't want to bother with eBay and trying to find this camera or whatever, because sometimes it's on eBay and sometimes it's not. Like, I'd probably say, instead of waiting 2-3 months, if you don't see it, just if you don't find it within a week, just go get a camera that you can afford. Here are some good cameras right here. This is the VPC CG20, and there is a silver model and a black model, and both of these are 10 megapixels. Now there's this one right over here. I believe it's pretty much the same, the VPC CG 10-2BK, and I believe this one is 14 megapixels. When you go on Amazon, you want to check for the silver model or the black model, because sometimes Amazon will put the silver one on sale or the black one on sale. So just double check, and you may be able to get one, $10-20 on sale. So let me go ahead. What else do we have right here? Here is the Kodak Playtouch. This isn't a bad camera at all. However, it has very bad audio. And I want to talk about bad audio. Audio is just as important as video. However, this camera isn't too bad. Sometimes you can get it on sale for around $130. Now, what's good about this camera is that you can put your own mics into it to make it a lot better. I also do want to point out that these Sanyos really do have good audio. However, you are limited to upgrading the audio, except in this one. This one can take its own microphone. But if you want to get really good audio, you can go with the Kodak, and there's a few options that you can go with. Let me just see. Here's Will, a YouTube friend of mine, and he's doing some testing with the Olympus, the Sony, and then there's a Radio Shack mic. I kind of like the Olympus mic. I believe it goes around for around $40. Check that on Amazon. Also, here is another good friend of mine, Chris from the UK. This is I forget the name of this mic. You have to watch this video. I think it's a Genbird, and you can buy this other device at Radio Shack. It's just allows 2 inputs into the mic, and he put a Sony mic right up here, and it really does boost the audio very good. So you can get this mic on Amazon, I think for like 99 cents, and get really get good audio on the Playtouch, and then you can even boost it up a little bit more with the second microphone. So I will leave all these links in the description box. Also, if you did want to push the really get that really good rich audio, you can get a Rode video mic. These go for around $150. There is like the Pro version right now, which is smaller, which is good if you're out and about. But this one's $150. I think the other one's like $230. All right. That's the Olympus mic that Will has right here. I was looking for it on Olympus's website, and what's really cool, if you watch Will's video, you can hear the difference between the Olympus and the Sony. I prefer the Olympus. So let me just go over. Okay, here is Rick Van Man. Now Rick Van Man is showing off this microphone that he bought really cheap. I mean, on eBay it's about, I don't know, I think it's maybe $15. It might be on sale right now. But what you have to do is search for this right over here. 14.37 inch. I know that sounds weird, but that's how you find it on eBay. I don't know why it's like that. It might be a Hong Kong thing, but that's how you find this microphone. Now this microphone is cheaper, but it has better audio than this. However, this microphone is maybe not the best for like going about, like if you're going out. It has a very huge cable, and it may not be the friendliest thing to take around with you. You also have to get a shotgun mount that has some springs in it. They have those on Amazon as well, but it is better audio. Maybe you can get a shorter cord for that. So let's go. Now I want to talk about something that you may already have to help you get onto YouTube. You can use your iPhone 4 or your iPod Touch 4th generation. You can't use the iPhone 3GS, which does have a pretty good video camera camcorder in it. However, it is 4x3, so you'll get the black bars. And I would only use that if that's what you have right now and you're going to upgrade soon. What's good about the iPhone 4 and the iPod Touch is that you can add your own, get this, your own microphone. So you can add in like this microphone right here that Chris has right here, and there are some devices you can get to. So here's the iPod Touch, right? iPod Touch 4th generation, and here's the iPhone right here. So I have a lot of tabs open. So here is what I want to show you guys. Now what this is from Zacuto, and they have a really good iPhone grip. So if you have an iPhone 4 and you want to put it on a tripod, these will have tripod holes. There's a few different models. This is the consumer model which they have, which goes for $69. However, they do have like more pro versions for the iPhone, or people who want to add more features onto the iPhone. And then go back to Philip Bloom. Just want to make sure I cover all the simple stuff first. Now, if you have an iPhone and you want to put it on a tripod, here is another device. Maybe you want to put it on like a another type of mount or something. You can type in HTC tripod and you'll come up with this device right here. You can also, I believe, unscrew this and then put it on another tripod. And you can get these for about $7.49. It's a really good deal, and a lot of people use this one as well. Zacuto. Okay, now I want to talk about how to get deals. And here we are over at the Panasonic fan page on Facebook. And when you click on fan deals, this is what happens. You'll go to the VIP store. Now there's a camera here that I was going to recommend. However, it seems that it's out of stock. This is the older model. This is the GH1 interchangeable camera. You can also look for camcorders. If you're going to spend really $500-600 on a camcorder, I really want to stress that you want to get a camcorder where you can put a mic into it, and also if it's a camcorder, you want to get one where you can monitor the audio as well. Okay, so on those two camcorders, I like Panasonic and Canon. JVC and Sony make good cameras, but those features you're pretty much going to find in the Pro models. Here I was going to recommend the GH1. It may come back in stock. I'm not quite sure. It says it is out of stock. Now I do want to talk about this camera. This is the DSLR filmmaking craze that we're going through right now, and this was the older model. It's a really good camera, however, compared to the GH2, and especially when it was competing against even the older Canons, this camera did not have super low light, and that's what filmmakers like. They like to be able to film in super low light, especially a lot of indie filmmakers, and this camera really wasn't up to par. And it has a banding problem. However, it is a really good camera. You just have to make sure that you put the lights on. So if you can just do that, you're not really going to have any problems. There is something else I do want to talk about, and this portrays to the GH1, some of the Canon camcorders that I'm going to recommend, and some of the Panasonic camcorders on the consumer level. And this is going to sound a little confusing to you guys, so I'll try to explain it as best as I can. This camera and some of the Canons and the Panasonic some of the consumer Panasonic camcorders, they have a cinema mode or a 24p mode. It's not a true 24p. It is true 24p, but what they do is in Hollywood they film at 24 frames per second. Especially the old CRT TVs, you know, the ones before HD TV sets, they only supported 29.97 frames per second. So to get around that problem of having the 24p display on those TV sets, like every third or fourth frame, they would show that frame twice to add up to 29.97 frames per second. And so if you film in that, you know, what people would do is if they wanted to get the 24p, the true 24p, they would have to use some software that would remove the double frames. However, that's not really a big deal if you're just making YouTube videos. You can film in the 24p in the 60i mode. You just leave it the way it is. But I just want to let you guys know in case you are into filmmaking. You can get it, you just have to know what you're doing. And so also you can look for camcorders. If you're looking for deals on camcorders, also you have to go through the Facebook page. So what else are we looking for? Okay, here we are over at Canon's website. Now Canon's are really good, and they're really popular right now for indie filmmakers. However, I do want to stress this very, very strongly. And this goes for Canon and Nikon and even Pentax, which I don't like for filmmaking. They have a tendency to overheat, and sometimes I've heard people who get Canon's 5D Mark IIs or 7Ds or even T2Is. Some people get ones that overheat within 10 minutes, and I've heard other people that get them and they don't overheat for an hour, and I've heard other people say they never have them overheat. Seems kind of be a hit or a miss, but the two most that I would recommend for filmmaking, or if you do want to go into YouTube, is there's two models. You're looking at the T3i and the 60D. And the reason because of this is that they have flip out screens like camcorders. Now the CMOS sensor, which is a sensor which captures the image, the LCD screen is right behind it. So with these cameras, you're allowed to pull the LCD screen to the side just like a regular camcorder, and that is what is the main thing that reduces heat. Okay, so if you're filming with one of these cameras, pull this out. Okay, some of the other tips I've heard about reducing heat is use high quality memory cards and also put on a battery grip. That battery grip will also pull more heat. I have heard that the 5D Mark II and the 7D, they have metal bodies. That kind of helps. However, they all overheat. I have heard a few people say that their 60D is overheating. However, most people report that they absolutely don't have any problems. If I was you and I got one of these cameras, I would just probably, if you have two memory cards, just try to run it as long as you can and see if there is an overheating problem. I've seen the 60D run for 8 hours with no heat problem at all. So I'm thinking maybe some people just got a few lemons, but I've heard very few stories. I mean, out of all the good things, I probably only heard 1 or 2 bad stories. Just something to think about. I would probably do that with any camera. Now here we're looking at Canon camcorders. Now I believe this model and this model have native 24p. And here is a small tip. If you go over to Canon's website and you do a search, you want to do a search for native. Here we go. Okay, here we see this is native 24p. This means it records in 24 frames without doubling a few frames and puts it in the 60i mode. If you want something like that, this is what you have to look for. You gotta look for native. Now the other cameras, the cheaper ones, will have 24p recording mode. They'll call it something else. It's 24 something. I forget the terminology, but let's just go to one of those cameras. It's probably in this one right here. And I'll put 24p. That one has native too. Let me just go to features. It's probably in the cheaper models. Okay, here it is. Here's the fake 24p. This one has 24p cinema mode, and this one also has native. So this one has both of them. So any of them that have native will also have the fake one. The fake one's good if you want to film something and put it on a DVD or a Blu-ray. You don't have to worry about it being incompatible with some TV sets or whatever. A lot of people will film like the pros. They'll film in true 24p and then they'll record. They'll encode into the 60i wrapper or the 60, the third, whatever it's, I think it's called 60i wrapper or whatever it is, and that's where they put the fake 24p in. If you're looking for some of the older Canons, I highly recommend Craigslist. You can probably find you might want to write this down: HV20, HV30, HV40, and those are the tape models, so you have to use Firewire. You can get those really cheap. I've seen an HV20 going for $300 on Craigslist, and it is a really good camera. Then they went to, after that they went to memory card. I think Canon still makes the HV20, HV40, because there's some people still filming on tape. Then they have like the HF10 or the HF100, and then there's a HF20 and then HF200, I think. And those are really good cameras too, and you can get those dirt cheap. I mean, really cheap. There is one other camera I do want to recommend over here at Amazon.com, and you can get this camera for around $300. And let me just go here, cameras, and we go high definition, and go to Canon. Here we go, Canon. And I believe it is this model right here. I'm going to leave some links to some other reviews about, I think it's this camera. And you can get it when it's on sale. You can get it for a little under 300. And yeah, this is the one. I think this is an older model. As you can see, this one has gotten 4.5 stars. Now this one, I believe, probably only has 4.5 stars because it's not sold directly through. Oh, it is sold directly through Amazon. Well, this is probably the newer model that just came out. But remember, the Canon models come out in April, all the new ones, so they probably just start selling these. So, but I've seen some people recommend, I think it was probably the older model to this camera. And you won't have full manual control. The other thing I want to talk about is full manual control. If you get a camera that's full manual control, and here is why. Now I'm going to leave a link to a video that I want you to watch. It's a 15-minute movie. I think it's somewhere almost in the middle what I want you to watch. It's called The Milkman. It was a short movie produced by iPatch Entertainment, who's a really good YouTuber. He's a filmmaker. There's a scene where the husband is on the desk in the bedroom, and his wife is in bed. Now, on the desk, he has the lamp light on, and his wife is in bed, and there's the desk lamp next to her. The reason why you want full manual control, you don't want things, if somebody else, turns off a light or turns on a light, to change. It's not really that big of a deal if you're just doing vlogs or simple YouTube videos, but if you're going to do higher end production, you want full manual control, because here's why. The exposure was set for the husband on the desk with the light on him. And what happens is the wife reaches for the lamp and turns off her lamp. Now that part of the image goes dark. If you have everything is an automatic, the camera will detect that there's less light and then brighten up the whole thing. You'll actually see the exposure change in the film. I don't think that's too much of a problem, especially like maybe if you're just doing YouTube videos and you're doing a vlog or something like that. But if you're want to get a little bit more serious, it's something to keep in mind. Now, the higher end Sanyos that I showed you, the one I shoot on, those have full manual control. Not the best manual control. It's kind of with the joystick, and once you're filming, you can't change it. The Canons have manual focus, but this one right here has the best manual focus. This one has a focus ring. This one has a focus knob. I played with it at Best Buy. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. These right here, I think maybe this one also has the knob, but some of these right here, maybe this one, I think it's these right here. These have a joystick. I think the ones right here also. You can focus while recording, but you don't have any speed of how fast you focus. And also the mic picks up the joystick tick. When you pull it to the left or the right, it goes kind of like that. However, they're really good cameras. They're still really good cameras. If that's, if you're not really, want to be the next Steven Spielberg, then I don't think those are really an issue for you. If you're not making videos for Vimeo or Exposure Room, I probably wouldn't worry about it too much. So anyway, guys, if you guys have any other suggestions for great camcorders or other great tips, please leave a comments below. I'll probably try and answer as many questions as I can. So I hope this video is helping you guys get into YouTube. So once again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. One other thing I did want to talk about, and I almost forgot about this, and before I sign out, a lot on these lower end cameras, as you can see, like this is the one I use, and the Kodak Playtouch, or this Panasonic is really good. These are really good cameras. this Panasonic, I just want to say this one's $70. Has really good audio. It's autofocus, so that's a plus, and that's really good. But what I want to talk about is audio for a quick second. You're probably not going to hear this too much in this video, because after I'm done recording this video, I'm going to throw it into Camtasia Studio and I'm going to do a noise reduction. So what's that it's going to do? It's going to get rid of the hissing noise that's in the audio. It's going to clean that up, which is actually very important. Now, I can tell you this. When Soldier Knows Best bought his Rode mic, his video Rode mic, his audio got a lot better. And there are some videos of him displaying the Canon T2i with the built-in microphone or his regular camcorder. I'll try and find those videos. If not, just go to his channel, search in Rode video mic or something like that, and you'll probably be able to find his videos. You want to have clean audio as best as you can, okay? If you don't have a Rode video mic or a professional mic, I believe 99% of the programs out there can either clean up your audio, or you can use maybe another audio program to clean. I think Sony Vegas also works with Acid, because they're both Sony programs. So if you have both of those, you can clean. I think iMovie will probably have a noise reduction. Final Cut Pro will probably have it. Camtasia Studio has. I just put it in there, just click noise reduction, and it cleans that right up. So you're not really going to hear a hissing sound from me at all. And the hissing sound can be a little bit annoying. It's and the reason why I want to talk about the noise reduction so bad, because people are now starting to watch YouTube videos on their big screen TV sets. Some people are moving away from the computer. Not a lot, but there are people moving away from the computer. They're watching YouTube on the Roku box. They're watching YouTube on the Boxy box. YouTube is also working on fixing the special YouTube channel that they designed for PS3 and Wii, which isn't that good really, but YouTube is working on improving that. And what big TV sets are, people who have a stereo system hooked up and they're watching TV, you don't want to have that hissing noise in your video. You want to reduce that, and that's very easy. Most programs you can clean that up really quickly. So all the links will be in the description box, guys. I know it's a lot of information. You guys have any questions, feel free to ask away, and I'll try to help you guys out. Anyway, guys, this is mp4podcast.com, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Take care, guys. Later. Bye.